Hi, this is Bill with Dine Drink Vegas. It is August of 2022, and I'm here outside room 815, a corner room at the El Cortez Hotel in downtown Las Vegas, about a block off the Fremont Street Experience, and I'm going to give you a quick tour and look around the room. I've been coming to El Cortez for years because it is one of the best places in Vegas to gamble, but this is the first time I've actually stayed here. If you gamble downstairs, the rules on blackjack or on video blackjack are as good as they are any place in town, because it's kind of an old school casino, right? And it's a little bit out of the way. I wanted to check out and see what the rooms were like. And the room itself is really, really nice, particularly relative to what I paid for it. I think even this slightly larger room was about $63 a night. And it has a lot of nice features to it, although it's got a couple of things which honestly probably need a little bit of updating. So I slept here last night. One of the things that I enjoy is while not every hotel, it's 2.5 years into COVID at this point, there's still some hotels which aren't providing daily housekeeping. I neglected to ask for it yesterday at check-in, but the housekeeper came today anyway and cleaned everything up. That was a great feature. There's plenty of light in this room. There's a good work desk, although the power plugs on the work desk aren't perfectly positioned, right? I kind of had to run a cord for a little while over to my computer. However, my resort fee includes water as well as a coffee maker, and I can't tell you how many times I've woken up on a morning in Vegas and the coffee maker has saved my life. Now, most places don't have coffee makers in the room anymore, so that's a real win here. I've got another small table and chair there, as well as where I'm actually plugging in my phone, so there are enough plugs. They're just kind of weirdly positioned. In addition, you've got a fairly large seating area there, as well as a big screen TV. The bed itself was soft and comfortable, had plenty of pillows. However, again, you start to run into a problem on the other side of plugging stuff in here. There were actually a couple of plugs here. Oh, and I just noticed that USB plugs on top of the alarm clock. So, plenty of places to plug stuff in. Let's see real quick, do they have a refrigerator in this room? I don't actually know that answer. Yeah, you've got your own refrigerator in the room, which is great if you've got medicine or if you've got food you want to keep, if you want to buy a couple of your own drinks. In the gift shop downstairs, they sell liquor at completely reasonable prices. Okay, not cheap prices, but much cheaper than most other places in Vegas. You've got a nice closet space, a perfectly good safe, and a make-ready area. I'll show you the view outside in a second because that's going to come up in talking about the location of this hotel and how well I like staying here. Nice bathroom with plenty of linens. Now, one of the things which is a little bit weird, there's no dish to put the soap in, and the soaps are those tiny little bubbles, and it's perfectly nice soap. They're just, again, you kind of got to leave it out on the counter. It's only a shower, there's no tub, but it's a high power shower. I love that rainfall feature. Now it's set up a little bit weird. You've got a bench, but the bench is on that side, which makes it a little hard to spray onto you. One of the other things which is strange is that's a window to outside, which I guess is nice if you need to let some steam out. But again, there's no dish or anything to put the soap in. So as I was opening that actually brought up one of the things about this room, which is a little bit strange. You have to put on an armband so they know who should have access to the elevators. And it feels kind of like a weird, like college club or something like that. As I heard them explaining it to somebody when we were checking in yesterday, part of that isn't so much a safety measure, although I'm sure that's a thing. Part of it is to make sure that you have the correct number of guests registered to your room, as well as to make sure that everybody who comes in is 21. So, not my favorite thing in the world, but I like it better than the thing they do at Circa, where you have to stop in a line and show your ID. There were a couple of other weird technical things on check-in. The first time they gave me the keys to my room, the key didn't work, right? Like I couldn't get up the elevator. Then I got to my room and the sink was clogged. Then I got into this room and it was fine, although the safe was still locked from the previous guest. Then there was a shift change in security. So there were some kind of weird service issues, but it's kind of hard to complain given the low price of all of this. The only other thing is that while that chair is incredibly comfortable, it's too low relative to the desk, and while they've got a handle underneath to lift it up, that handle isn't working. Now, I told you one of the other things I'd want to talk about would be the location of this hotel. And in some ways, the location is fantastic because you're a block off the Fremont Street experience, so you can get there immediately, but you miss a lot of that noise. You're right by Container Park. You're on top of what I think is the best casino in Vegas. However, these rooms are still fairly loud. Down on that street below, there was a lot of traffic last night. I got woken up several times by that traffic. Now, it wasn't the noise coming off of Fremont Street, but there was still a fair bit of noise, which made it a little bit rough. Fremont Street is around the corner right over there. It starts with Hennessy's Tavern and goes back up from there. So, on balance, would I stay here again? Yeah, I would. Because the location is great, the casino is great, the prices are great, the room itself is perfectly comfortable. There's just kind of some weird service things you've got to get used to. You're not paying for the Bellagio, so you're not going to get a room like the Bellagio. The room, however, is perfectly comfortable, and it's got all the amenities that I need, and I think I've enjoyed my stay very much. I'd love, though, to hear your comments about where do you like to stay when you're in downtown Las Vegas, or how do you like downtown versus the Strip? You can put those in the comments section below. I'd also love to answer your questions about staying here at the El Cortez. You can put those in the comment section. I will be happy to answer them and do anything I can. One last thing, I would really appreciate your support for this channel. One of the things we try to do at Dine Drink Vegas is bring you short and focused reviews which get you the answers that you need instead of, great big glitzy productions. I hope this video has been helpful for that. Thanks so much for watching, and happy travels.